Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, and wherever you happen to be right now. I'm Mike Voories, and this is the Business Resources One podcast. We help business leaders navigate the challenges of recruiting, retention, and employee engagement. Today, we're diving into a critical issue that many companies overlook: the high cost of recruiting without a solid retention strategy. If your business is constantly hiring but struggling to keep employees, you're throwing money out the window. Let's break down why that is and how you can fix it. First, let's talk about the hidden costs of high turnover. Recruiting new employees isn't cheap. From advertising job postings to conducting interviews and onboarding, the expenses add up fast. According to studies, the cost of replacing an employee can range from 50 to 200% of their annual salary. Now, imagine cycling through employees every few months. That's a financial drain most businesses can't afford. But the costs go beyond dollars and cents. High turnover also means loss of institutional knowledge and experience. It means decreased team morale and engagement, lower productivity due to constant training and onboarding, poor customer service, lost revenue, lost opportunity costs, increased safety risks due to inexperienced workers, and a damaged employer reputation that makes future hiring even harder. You could have increased pressure on existing employees, leading to burnout. You know, it's your existing employees who really get punished by high turnover. Wasted resources spent on repeated hiring processes. This is all bad. So, why do employees leave? If your company has a revolving door of employees, it's time to examine why people are leaving. Quite often, employers just assume people are jumping ship for another dollar an hour, or maybe because the labor market stinks and people just don't want to work anymore. And while this is an easy excuse to make, it's rarely the entire story. In reality, common reasons your employees are leaving include a lack of career growth opportunities, poor management or leadership, inadequate compensation and benefits, poor workplace culture and a lack of engagement, lack of work-life balance, feeling undervalued or underappreciated, maybe poor communication and unclear job expectations, lack of recognition and reward for their contributions, limited flexibility and outdated policies that don't reflect the modern workplace expectations. So we want to understand these factors. Understanding it is the first step in reducing turnover and making your recruiting and retention efforts more effective. We want to have retention strategies that work. So, how can businesses shift from a hiring cycle to a retention focused strategy? Here are a few approaches. You want to improve your onboarding. A strong onboarding process sets employees up for long term success. If your onboarding process is focused on filling out new hire paperwork, you're really missing out on a fantastic opportunity for your new team members to get off on the right foot. Make sure your onboarding program helps employees feel welcomed, informed, and connected to your company's mission and values. Invest in professional development. Providing training and career advancement opportunities increases employee loyalty. There are a lot of resources out there. Training doesn't have to be limited to what you can do in-house. The best employees are going to find career advancement one way or another. They'll find it with your company or they'll find it somewhere else. Offering mentorship programs and continuous learning opportunities is a great way to keep employees engaged and invested in your company. You want to enhance your workplace culture. A positive, inclusive, and engaging work environment keeps employees motivated. Worth mentioning, Company culture is impacted by each and every person on your team. This is why recruiting and retaining the right people is so darn important. The leader can design their ideal culture, but if they don't have the right people and keep the right people, right, it isn't going to work. Creating a culture of trust, transparency, and shared goals will make employees feel like they're part of something bigger than just a job. We want to recognize and reward our employees. Appreciation goes a long way in making employees feel valued. It makes them feel committed. Recognition should be regular, meaningful, and aligned with your company values. Employees who feel acknowledged for their contributions are far less likely to seek employment elsewhere. We want to listen and adapt. Conduct regular employee feedback sessions and make meaningful changes based on their input. Encourage your employees to speak up and make them feel comfortable offering suggestions, voicing concerns, and contributing to creating the type of culture they want to be a part of. And recognize and reward people for good ideas and for helping with change implementation. Feedback loops should be an integral part of your leadership strategy. We need to make sure we're providing competitive benefits and compensation. While money isn't always the primary motivator for employees, it certainly plays a role. Offering competitive wages, health benefits, retirement plans, and perks such as flexible work arrangements can make a big difference in retaining top talent. We want to encourage work-life balance. Burnout is a major contributor to employee turnover. Promote a culture where employees feel comfortable taking time off, setting boundaries, and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Recruiting without retention is like filling a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You're constantly refilling it, but never making any progress. By shifting focus to retention, businesses can save money, improve workplace morale, and build a stronger, more engaged team. Retaining great employees doesn't happen by accident. It requires an intentional approach that prioritizes employee experience, culture, and engagement. A company that invests in its people will see long-term success. You'll see lower hiring costs, and you'll see increased productivity. Hey, if you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe and share it with other business leaders who might be facing similar challenges. Thanks for tuning in to the Business Resources One podcast. Until next time, invest in your people, and they'll invest in you.